But I want to go back to your dad and your first exposure to sort of the business world, the junkyard in Callander, Ontario. So tell me that story and what you think all of these years later it still brings to you. What was the impact?
Well, my father had bounced around from in various different types of activities, but always attempting to be an entrepreneur. And nevertheless, when the war broke out, he enlisted in the Army and was discharged not long afterwards with a condition called a mastoid, which they did some very crude operating on, and so he was discharged with a veteran's priority to buy a used vehicle because new trucks were not being produced at the time. And he moved our family to Callander, Ontario, where the down quintuplets lived about a couple of hundred yards away.
Prior to your family, they were the claim to fame of Callander.
In any event, my father started a junkyard, and I was 14, I guess, years of age at the time. And as he accumulated the various types of junk, I took it on myself to organize the junk. I put the engine blocks here and the pistons here and used washing machines here and horsehair and all kinds of things that were recyclable. And that's where I learned my merchandising.
I was going to say, is that the first time you ever set up aisles and got used to merchandising product?
Right. I would beg my father to take me with him as he and his fellow veteran who owned the business, went up the country roads and called on farmers to buy whatever things they had to sell. And I begged to knock on doors, and I did. They allowed me to, and I charmed the ladies and got the rights to find all the things on the property that were recyclable. We get it all into one big heap, and then we were going to pay the farmer for what we had there, and he'd start to look at it and say, well, gee, that's something I need, and that's something I need. Start taking it all back. But in any event, I had some success doing it. So I was an early entrepreneur.